There's really no easy way to announce or talk about this. I'm having a hard time figuring out exactly how to even make this video because it still just doesn't feel real. But you can go to shop.ccs.com and order a skateboard with my photo on the board, bundled with a copy of my photo book, Friend of Mine. Still having trouble wrapping my mind around that. If you've been watching my videos for any number of time, there's a good chance you know I love skateboarding. I got my first skateboard and my first camera within the same month when I was 13, and those two things really gave me everything to be who I am and where I am today. Photography obviously turned into a career at some point, and I've been able to just make a life that I love and have the family that I have today just because of photography. Without photography, I wouldn't have met my wife, so I wouldn't have my kids I have today. I wouldn't have tons of close friends that I have. I wouldn't have the career that I have. I wouldn't be sitting here, talking to a camera. I definitely wouldn't be making this video about this in particular either. But when it comes to pretty much everything else in terms of who I am and how I am, the way I dress, the music I listen to, the people I hang out with, the way I approach pretty much any given situation in my day-to-day life or even my career, I owe all of that to skateboarding. I was never a team sports kind of kid. My brother was the all-star athlete and loved sports tremendously, and I just never had that in me. I didn't have any desire to be. I didn't really have any interest in it. And skateboarding for me was the first thing where it didn't matter what anyone else was doing or what I was doing. I could just take my skateboard and do whatever I wanted with it. Me and my friends would go out and we would all just have fun. And I would obviously be taking a lot of photos. I'd be filming videos as well. It was the first thing that really felt like I belonged somewhere. Skateboarding was really what taught me everything I know about photography and filming videos as well. And, I was always the kid in our group of friends with the cameras. I was always shooting the photos, filming the videos. I was always, hunched down at the bottom of the stairs or at the ledge, whatever it may be. And as my friends were, trying to land a trick and really trying to progress their skateboarding, I was always hunched over with the camera, trying to make sure that I was able to document that. I was probably more focused on progressing behind the camera as I was progressing on my skateboard, but I loved having that kind of responsibility, for my friends who were just killing themselves trying to land a trick. The fact that I was, kind of given the privilege to make a record of that, like I loved that kind of responsibility and just, that part in the process. I obviously had hopes that, with my photos and my videos, I could help my friends, get sponsored or get recognized within skateboarding, even though we were out in the middle of nowhere in Ohio. And this was way, way before, social media or anything like that. But I never really saw any kind of career in skateboarding for myself. So I wasn't trying to become a pro skateboarder or become sponsored or anything. If anybody was going to get sponsored within our group of friends, it was definitely not me. I was the one always behind the camera, and I would get in, a few tricks here and there, but I was never that guy. Yet somehow through social media and just sort of a passion for both skateboarding and photography, I've been able to just make some really good friends and have some really, really cool opportunities. And one of them is through CCS. CCS used to send out these little catalogs way back in the day, and everybody had CCS catalogs. You would always have, your favorite things circled in the catalog, new shoes, new board graphics, anything that was in there that you wanted. Everybody always had their CCS with them, and it was always at school with me and, my stack of books, and I would just in class sit there and flip through and look at all the new board graphics or all the new shoes. I think my mom used to try and hide the CCS catalogs when they came in before I got home from school to see it, because she knew I would immediately be just looking for new boards, new shoes, whatever. Years ago, I was approached by Matt Price, who is an incredible skate photographer, and we just became good friends through social media and our love of skateboarding and photography. But Matt had mentioned that, he was kind of rebranding things over at CCS and kind of getting it back to where it once was back, in like the glory days of CCS. And he was like, I want to do some sort of ambassador program with people who aren't pro skateboarders, but people who are doing cool things, but still love skateboarding. And he was like, I love what you're doing. If you want to be a CCS ambassador, that would be amazing. We can send you CCS gear and you can just support the brand really and support what we're trying to do. And I was just floored by that opportunity in itself, because again, growing up looking at CCS magazines and being the person that was never going to go anywhere because of skateboarding. It was just really bizarre, but it was cool that Matt recognized just the passion and the love for skateboarding while still doing other things that you're passionate about, like for me with photography. And so I've been a CCS ambassador for a few years. I had an interview in CCS years ago, which was just the craziest thing to get that in the mail. But with the launch of my book, Matt texted me one night and he was like, you know, we've got to do something. We've been talking about all of these different things we should do since you're an ambassador, but this seems like the perfect thing. We've got to do something with the launch of your book. And with CCS Customs, you can basically have any kind of skateboard graphic that you make. You can have that printed on a board through CCS. And he was like, you know, why don't we just print 10 of your favorite photos from the book and we can sell these limited edition decks bundled with a copy of the book on the website. And that to me is like a full-on dream, to be able to have anything of mine photography wise to be sold through CCS, on the same shop as people I've looked up to for decades. It's just insane. But that's exactly what we've done. I picked 10 of my favorite photos, sort of the best individual photos that I felt would look good on a skateboard hanging up on the wall. And these are all one of one, so it's completely limited. There's only one of each skateboard available, and each one is bundled with a copy of the book. They're live on CCS's website right now, which there are links down below. I am truly blown away by this. Again, I'm seriously pretty speechless that this is even a thing, because I was never the one who was going to be able to do anything within skateboarding, because I was not the best one in my group of friends. I just loved skateboarding, and I loved being the one to document that for me and my friends growing up. So to be able to do anything like this, it just doesn't feel real at all, but I'm insanely thankful to Matt and everybody at CCS who is making this possible. The boards turned out great. I'm super happy with how everything looks. I cannot wait to see these up on someone's wall, or you can skate it if you want, but you know, it is a limited edition board. I can't say anything. I've got a Jason Lee limited edition Northern Co board that it was one of 50, and I've been skating it for a few years now as my main cruiser. So if you want to skate it, you totally can, but each board is signed on the top deck as well. Again, one of one. So if you're interested in one of these, links are in the description. Thank you again to everyone at CCS. Obviously, Matt, you're the man. Thank you so much. But everyone at CCS, thank you guys for not only this, but everything you do for skateboarding. It is very, very appreciated. If you guys have any questions or thoughts of your own, let me know in the comments down below. But I am just speechless today. So I'm going to end the video here. Thank you all so much. This is a dream come true for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, be good to each other. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you.